What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Chia. Now, Chia's founder is Bram Cohen. If you're unfamiliar, the man created a lot of amazing things, and we're going to talk about them. This is kind of an interesting one because they're a company. You know, they want to be listed. There's a lot of weirdness to this. And its price is obviously tumbled hugely from its all-time high. I still think there are gains here, but I'm capping it quite dramatically from its highs. And I'll explain all of that in this video. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. And in the videos, I showed people me buying these coins because I expected them to have big profits. And you can see what the profits would have been if you'd have only put in $100 into each one. And if you had done that, it's 26 coins, 100 into each, so that's $2,600 investment in total. You just need to sell less than a year and a half on, less than 18 months on, and you would have been able to make from a $2,600 investment over 123 grand in profit, which is obviously not bad. Now, I sold all of these. Since the markets have crashed, I have been buying up cryptos, and I continue to do that. And whenever I buy a crypto, wherever I find one that I'm about to buy, I jump onto my website, which is copymycrypto.com, and I let my members know all about the coin. So I will tell them what coin it is I'm looking at buying, what kind of profits I think that coin can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in. So it's completely transparent. When I sell a coin, I also do the same thing. I'll go, guys, this coin that I hold, I'm selling 20% of my of this coin. With the profits, I'm either banking it, reinvesting it, buying gold, silver, whatever. So again, completely transparent. And the reason for that is it takes all the work out of it. There's a lot of people that want to get into crypto, but the barrier to entry is high. They don't have the time, the energy to actually do the research. So I do all the work, and the members can literally copy along. If it sounds good to you, there's a link in the description. Go to the site, look at what the members have earned since joining, look at what I've said in the past and what ended up happening. All of it's public record, and you can verify it on the history of this channel, guys. So Chia. So Chia, I mean, it is very down from its all-time highs, right? Its all-time high is basically $2 grand, $1,934. So yeah, it's an interesting one, man. Now, Chia is a layer 1 that uses its own programming language called Chia Lisp, and its consensus mechanism is called proof of space and time. So this is effectively a mined cryptocurrency, right? The combination of these two allow Chia to use less energy, but keep the network security akin to a sort of Bitcoin. Now, Chia Network is a public, for-profit, open source company that wants to be listed on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. Now, they're aiming for the blockchain to be enterprise use, which is why they have plans to have XCH on its balance sheet in a case of a listing. Chia Network's first proof-of-time function was released in 2019, with its beta version of its blockchain launching in 2020. Chia Network achieved full functionality, including wallet functionality, transactions, and smart contracts in the mainnet launch of 2021. Now, this was established in Delaware in 2017 by Bram Cohen. Bram Cohen is the founder of BitTorrent. Now, BitTorrent's massive. If you grew up, if you're roughly the same age as me, you will know exactly what BitTorrent is. Obviously, BitTorrent's now crypto, but you know, that's one of that as a file sharing platform ended up being the biggest thing around. It still is one of the biggest things around. And the project is headed up by a ton of experienced management from former NASDAQ CEO Gene Hoffman and former Overstock CEO Mitch Edwards. So they've got solid histories, these guys. It's also backed by big VCs like Andreessen Horowitz, Slow Ventures, Naval Ravikant, and Galaxy Digital. Now, their proof of space and proof of time work in very distinct manners. Proof of space requires miners to keep unused storage on their hard drives. In this scenario, miners install special software that allocates free space, which is used to solve a challenge, similar to sort of the proof of work concept. And then they have proof of time, which demonstrates the passage of time through verifiable delay functions. That's kind of similar to how Solana works. And the time lords are the nodes that document the time and ensure that time is correctly documented for solving the proof of space function. So it's really like solidly following the chain of events. That's why they've set it up in the way that they have. Now, Chia Network's buyable in most places, I think. Huobi Gate, I don't think it's on Binance or anywhere yet. But it's hugely down from its long-term, from its high. Now, it launched at possibly the worst point in time. It was launched in like the top first wave of the bull cycle. And then, when the second wave arrived in sort of September, October, really only hit heights of about $200, 214. And that's probably where I'm looking at this landing. There are a few things that are very odd about this. First of all, is obviously this is a public for-profit company. Now, that's not a big deal. I have no issue with that whatsoever. But it means that on the balance sheet for the company is a lot of the Chia. So then there is the uncertainty around how they're going to behave. I don't really have a problem with like a team ever holding a certain amount of crypto, but when it's a for-profit public company, I don't think they act in the same way as, say, a standard open source developer. They still want to make profit, they still want to make their money, but it's done in a very different way when you've got shareholders in place. And I think that's always, for me, going to be something that's a little bit concerning. Now, they talk about what you can do with this. This is for enterprise, for government, for metaverse, for climate, for creators, for developers. And let's look at enterprise because that's where their focus lies. So, excuse me, it's architected for real-world utility. Cross-collaboration should be seamless. Fast transactions, there's no network risk based on the consensus mechanism they use, and it can be a trusted tech for global carbon markets. Now, carbon markets are quite an interesting niche. It's going to depend very much on how that moves forward over the next few years. Obviously, we're seeing certain governments already pulling back on carbon targets, so that's going to be quite interesting. That's always going to be a slow-moving one. I still think energy is one of the biggest growth sectors of crypto. I think the issue is going to be the speed with which it grows. I think it's going to take 10 years. Now, what they do have is the virtual private blockchain. So you can get the best of a private and a public blockchain. This is actually a very good idea. Excuse me. The reason that that's a really good idea is fundamentally, look, no business is going to hire blockchain developers off their own back. They will use something that's up and running. And a private blockchain has huge benefits for a company that are trying to increase the speed with which they're getting the transactions, the security of the transactions. Also, as well as that, the ability to sort of widen their back-end products. And I think this is a very good idea. The issue I have with Chia, as of right now, is I just don't think there is enough here. I don't think there is anywhere close to the ecosystem that you would want to see. Now, granted, they're a private blockchain, so they're public, but they are for profit, so they're doing things very differently to how a normal crypto project does do things. Now, this is where all of their ecosystem info lies, and is pretty weak. We can see that as of right now, not too much. We've got the sort of breakdown for developers here. So NFT guide. So this is minting NFTs with different tools. Chia Lisp concepts. So this is how the Chia Lisp language works. So they've got clawback, which is this is a feature that offers protection against sending Chia to the wrong address. Now, I think personally that's a fantastic feature. That is something that more blockchains should have, because that is a common problem, particularly with new users. You know, I know a lot of people that have sent XRP to the wrong place because they didn't realize they had to have a memo tag in there. So that's a really nice feature. They've got the data layer within Chia as well, which allows you to store original data locally. They've got the wallet connect, but again, this is just a weak ecosystem. Like, there's nothing here where I'm going, the world of Chia looks really strong. Right now it looks weak. But what's in Chia's favor is miners are there. What's in Chia's favor is that they have a very legitimate developer in Bram Cohen, the creator of BitTorrent. They have a really solid team. You know, they've got a former NASDAQ CEO, they've got a former Overstock CEO as part of the core team. They're going to be able to promote this effectively. Excuse me. I expect this to run back up. I expect this to run back up to a couple $100. And I think that's more down to the team, the potential for landing some big businesses. Because in terms of, and the fact that miners are still there, you know, they've had a decent, they've not really lost miners. So overall, I think Chia has potential to run back up to a couple $100, which is basically the peak of the second wave of the bull cycle it was in. The issue for me for Chia, they need to get on bigger exchanges. They need to be on the Binance. They need to be on the Coinbase. And they need to onboard, and they need to actually like onboard a big business and really start showing the strength of this blockchain by showing the projects that are coming towards it, or businesses that come towards it. As of right now, we've not really seen any of that. So that's what they have to do. If they do that, then maybe they reach past 200. But at the moment, I can't see anything north of 200, other than potential. Well, no, I just can't. Not if nothing changes. 200 is about the peak I think it would hit. Interesting project, and like I say, Bram Cohen, bloody legend. But there's just not enough here for me to think it's going to do much more than that. And I think 200 might be quite aspirational at this point. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think this can do more? Because even still, $200 can still hit a 1.6 billion market cap with nothing really going on at the moment. So let me know what you guys think. And guys, if you just want crypto easier, if you want to make profits without doing any work, that is exactly what copymycrypto.com is. It's where I do all the work. It's where I dive into the markets every day. I do thousands of hours of research and I find coins that are winners. And when I do, I jump onto my site. There's a copymycrypto.com link in the description. And I will jump on the site and I will tell the members what coin I'm buying, why I'm buying it, what kind of profits I think it can have, and what percentage of my money I'm putting in. So it is fully transparent. There is literally nothing to think about for any of the members. We have thousands of members. Most of them know nothing about crypto, but they know there's profits to be made and they know I've made them. And if you want to see the profits I've made, just go onto the website. You'll see what the members have made since joining. You'll see the things I've said in the past as well. And then you'll see what happened. All of it is public record. It's all on the history of this channel. You can go through old videos on this channel. You can confirm absolutely everything that you read, see, and watch. And if you like what you see, wonderful. Maybe I'll see you there. If you don't, no worries. There's no obligation to buy. Keep supporting this channel though, guys, because without you, there is no channel. And that is it for me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.